What's up everyone, my name is Luke.
My name's Nick.
And today we're going to take you along on our adventure to Amsterdam. Now you're probably wondering, why Amsterdam?
We chose Amsterdam because it's the #1 e-mobility capital of Europe.
Now another amazing fact about Amsterdam that leads itself so perfectly to what we love to do, which is riding Onewheels and e-skates, is it has over 515 kilometers of bike paths, which means it is the perfect city for having an adventure, not putting out any fumes, and riding electric vehicles.
So Amsterdam has over 20,000 electric vehicles, 5,000 charge stations, and over 1 million bikes.
So now, all that's left to do is jump in the Merc and head to Amsterdam.
What Merc would that be?
That'd be an R129. So we've just pulled onto the Eurotunnel.
Yes.
We are now ready to go to Amsterdam.
We are.
Check out the vibes, hang out with 73, one wheel around.
Yeah.
We shall see you there.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you over there.
Let's go. So we had then just arrived in Calais and got off the Eurotunnel.
Yeah, so mood was pretty high, as you can imagine, and we had...
Stoke levels were rising.
Stoke levels were going through the roof. Weather was pretty decent. So the roof came down, and then it was not too bad, actually. It was 250 miles, took us just over 4 hours, and roads were world class, and it was a lot of fun, actually, because obviously we got a lot of reactions with the car being sign written. So a lot of shackers were happening as the further north we got, in fact.
The more north, the more shackers.
Exactly.
So now check out the montage of us driving towards the Netherlands.
So we just pulled into the outskirts of Amsterdam to arrive at Super 73.
Now, the reason why we chose to meet up with 73 is they're an electric bike company, and we thought, what better place to explore a city renowned for its cycling is on electric bikes. So we arrived at the HQ and they took us on a tour around Amsterdam on the Super 73s.
Yeah, if I could just add, it was awesome because you imagine after 4 hours in the car, both Luke and myself don't really know Amsterdam at all. I've been there once, but a long time ago. So we had the guys from 73 completely look after us, and yeah, you'll see in a minute how much fun we had.
Let's roll the clips. Okay, so we've just arrived in the Super 73 EU HQ now. As you can see, this place is an absolute vibe. And luckily, Super 73 have been kind enough to lend us 2 bikes. We're gonna go explore the city in the night, see what the vibe is like, and then we're gonna come back to the shop tomorrow and check out the epic range of bikes that they've got in store. So that wraps up our experience of Amsterdam in the night on the first day. So obviously, Nick, you don't own a 73 and you hardly ridden mine that often. So I'm interested to know what your thoughts were as like an initial experience of what it feels to own and, you know, have the lifestyle of a Super 73.
Yeah, good question. You know, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And the reason I really enjoyed it was so easy. Downloaded the 73 app very quickly. That connected me so I could see all of my speeds, range and all the rest of it. And then it was just really cool because we were in a city that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Obviously the guys just took us through
They gave us the best like local knowledge experience.
Exactly, just pointing all the, we went to some of the older parts and some of the sort of more sort of modern parts. But it was just fun being a collective, cruising, and obviously no real effort. So you could take in the sights, but you could feel the energy of the city. And but you could still just like, it feels so good. I don't ride a bike much these days, but it just felt really good to have that power when you need it.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, I mean, I don't know a better way of exploring the city. You know, a new city, especially to me, it was just perfect. So, but now it was time to jump on the Onewheels and ride to our hotel for the night. Now, Nick, tell us about the hotel.
This hotel, the Volks Hotel, I would recommend it to anyone. It's got about 7 levels. I think it used to be an old newspaper mill, and they've done it out really well. And so when we turned up on the Onewheels, it was just, we felt we were in the right place.
100%. So, check out this footage. So that wraps up day one in Amsterdam and our first experience of what the city has to offer.
Yeah, we woke up super early, obviously start with a hot tub. Yeah, and then we've got the whole day in front of us, but before we do that, we're just gonna go and check out 73.
So that wraps up checking out the Super 73 HQ, and you know, those bikes are epic. But what we wanted to do now was jump on the Onewheels and really see what it's like to experience the 515 kilometers of bike lanes on the Onewheels, because they're so smooth and it's absolutely perfect. So, nothing more left to say from my side. We were super excited. But Nick, tell us where we were going to go.
Well, we got a great tip from 73 to check out NDSM in northern Amsterdam, which requires a little ferry crossing. Bit more of a hippie scene, bit more alternative, and we wanted to check out the bike lanes, but also some different sites. So that's where we headed.
We really wanted to experience the variety that Amsterdam had to offer.
Exactly.
So check this out.
Took the words out of my mouth.
should try those. It's so
See ya.
good.
See ya. So as you would have seen from that montage, we had a great time immersing ourselves in the vibe of the city and just experiencing the huge diversity that there is there. But we shot all of that on the Insta360, which was perfect for immersing ourselves in the city. But we now wanted to get some really slick footage in some iconic canals and the bridges of Amsterdam, which we all know and love. So,
yeah, so well, we needed the cinematic gear. So we had the full NAR gear, which is the Ronin S. That's why you'll see on the footage coming up me holding a big Ronin case. But you know what? I just really had so much fun cruising around because those bike lanes and also the locals, there was just a good vibe, and it was just
it was a good energy in the city. I think it's really what we felt.
Yeah, it felt like exploring on another level for sure.
Check this out.
Check it out. Well, that concludes the daytime riding. So now we thought we wanted to go for a good night session. So we headed straight to Dam Square, where you've got all the museums, and the lighting and the bike paths were amazing, right?
And you know, one of the things that I just thought was epic was how there's actually a bike lane infrastructure that's so advanced that it's actually built through going underneath a museum. I mean, the place is just insane for riding. So check this out. The vibe at night is awesome with all the lights, and I think you're really going to enjoy the nightlife of Amsterdam. So that wraps up our final night in Amsterdam, and you know, we had an absolute blast experiencing what the city had to offer and why it truly is an incredible place to ride. But the next morning we were loading up the car and it was time to start driving back towards Calais.
Yeah, the good news was we knew we had time to split it up, and 2 hours south of Amsterdam is a city called Ghent, which is in northwest Belgium. It's a medieval city, 12th century. And I just thought, and we thought, how cool would it be to capture some epic scenes in between the rain, right? We had 40 minutes where we could do a couple of loops around, and I think you'll agree, we got some awesome footage. And we just thought, how cool is it? We're on 21st century transportation with these one wheels on roads from the 12th century. Great contrast, I thought.
Check this out.
Check it out.
So that wraps up all the riding that we managed to squeeze in our short trip. Now, we actually had a great time in Ghent. We thought it was so cool with the contrast with the 12th century to 21st century, but we were now jumping back in the car to drive towards Calais to get on the Eurotunnel and wrap up our trip. But we just wanted to add our final thoughts of what we thought Amsterdam had to offer and why we truly do believe it's an incredible city for micromobility.
Absolutely. As we said at the start, it has been coined already as e-mobility capital of Europe. And that's probably why a big expo called the World of E-Mobility, I'll just check my notes, that is correct. They just had their second this year. And they're very much about embracing anything from PEV world. And it really does strike the argument that it's just, you know, we're in a moment in time in history where sustainable future is and should be the agenda of governments and legislators. And from our side, our quick visit in, I think the laws on micromobility are a bit murky like they are in the UK. Having said that, we didn't come into any bother from any police, we didn't see many police, but the actual energy we got from the locals,
city as a whole, really.
They loved it, and why wouldn't they? Because it's low speed, and it's obviously zero emissions, and it just makes moving around a city that much more exciting.
And I truly do believe it's a start of a new future, and we cannot wait to explore more cities down the line to see what they have to offer in our ever evolving world. But if you did enjoy this video, please let us know down below. Let us know where we should go to next, and like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.